Hello, everyone. I'm Adam with Demiplane. Thank you for joining me for today's development update and community Q&A session. We are going to jump into latest updates, what we're working on. I actually have this a little bit out of order because we're going to talk about latest updates. Then we're going to talk about upcoming, what is in the pipeline. And then I'm going to spend a good bit of time today talking to you about content sharing and introducing Demiplane membership. So this is something that we have been working on for a while. It is something that we have been prepping to go alongside character management. And so we're going to share more information about that today. Just to go ahead and let everyone know, it is not dropping today. I am dropping information today. And then very, very soon, we're going to see this going live, content sharing and Demiplane memberships. And we're going to talk about what all of that entails here during our update today, where we can field questions, where you can prep and plan and know what to expect when that is released here in the next couple of weeks. All right, let's jump in. Latest updates on Pathfinder Nexus Early Access. We've got a Kingmaker Anniversary Edition. This screen was running out of room. We also have the next installment of Bloodlords that I believe is going live next week. So the team is working on all kinds of Pathfinder content. There is a steady flow that is going to keep continuing for Pathfinder, and we love it. And we're going to get those things out on the character engine. I heard somebody on Discord actually talking about they invoked the 80-20 rule, and that is something that is very, very true. And the idea behind that is 20% of the work takes 80% of the time. And so naturally, if you take a few steps back from that, you can say that, maybe it shouldn't be considered 20%. But generally, the concept really does hold. And so we're in that moment right now, especially, and I've got on the screen here the Blade of Four Energies, Holy Avenger. We are getting down into the nitty gritty of what is going to make a Pathfinder item work, what is the most helpful and useful way that we can display an item for you to understand all of the options that it presents. I know many times over the years I have been playing in a variety of tabletop role-playing games, and sometimes as a player, sometimes while I'm running the game, and I recognize after a session, oh, I should have used this ability. I didn't know that I had this at the time. I forgot that I had it. I didn't realize that that item worked quite that way. So all of those kinds of things. And then I've been running games, and I'm sitting there hoping. And oftentimes I will prompt a player to try to help them out too. But it's like, hey, do you remember that you have this thing? And so one of the big deals that we are chasing after with this digital character sheet that is just different than paper or any of the other ways that you can run the character is making sure that you have what you need at a glance or a click or two away. And so this is where, when it comes to something like the Blade of Four Energies, it's got a lot going on, and we are working now on getting all the information in there where everything ties together and all the relationships are established, where you can deep dive into all the information that's going on there, and everything you would want to know is either kind of flashing before your eyes, hopefully to remind you when you can use those different abilities, but then also allowing you to make a click or two and see full details anytime that you want to do a deep dive. So that's the stage of the process that we're in right now. And we're really, really excited to start getting some alpha activity going pretty soon here as well. On Vampire Nexus, we're working on Sabbat and Second Inquisition, so the work is continuing there. On Mutineer Zero and Alien RPG, we are prepping for early access launch for our first two Free League games, and this stuff is looking incredible. Free League makes beautiful products, and bringing that to life in its digital form really does bring a smile to my face. I'm smiling kind of involuntarily right now, but I'm getting to I get to work on the part that makes it pretty, and it is a really really easy thing to do with when you have this kind of great source material, just beautiful books, beautiful production value, and seeing that come to life digitally is really something else. All right, let's talk about upcoming. So, on that character builder and digital sheet, one of the updates here that you can see is we actually have entered what we call the design phase for those first couple of free league games now. So what that means is, concept is more written documentation, talking about flows, those kind of things. We say that something is in design when we actually start using we use Figma internally, which is a design tool that product designers use out there. And when we start actually making pixels to go forward for something, so we have started that process because as we get this out for Pathfinder, we're going to be really really excited to then move, as the platform is in place there. We've got hopefully a firm foundation, good level footing, and then we can jump into some of these other games and start providing character builder and digital sheet tools. So all of that is going to be happening then as well. On the game content side, Agents of Edgewatch is next on deck. We've got Impossible Lands, we've got Firebrands. Those are all in the queue. Going forward with Pathfinder, unless there is a special surprise scenario one day where Paizo decides to release, a book and lets us know about it the day before, which again, that's just not how it works in this industry. You can't just decide to drop a book out of nowhere. But we are going to keep up with all of the new releases, and so we get questions about that all the time, and so I'll try to continue to answer that. The intent and the idea is that once we are caught up with things on Pathfinder, which we've got a few adventure paths left here that we are working on. But either way, new releases, those are going to come out with their digital street date, and we're going to do our best to maintain and scale our team to make sure that we're doing that for our other games that are out there as well. So that is our philosophy and what we're the approach that we're trying to take. And so for those questions, if you're asking, hey, is this new product going to be available once it's available everywhere else? The answer to that is by default going to be a yes. On the vampire side, you see the rest of the queue here. Really going to try to see if we can get a holiday adventure in there, free adventure for you to check out more of Vampire Nexus. On the Free League front, that is our starting lineup that we are targeting. We might not make it on all of those, but either way, we're going to be very close, and there's going to be some great content for both of those games when we go live. And we do have those new stream shows incoming. So I think we'll have some more details on one of those in the next week or so, week or two here at least. And just a super super early tease. It is kind of situated around that free league stuff there, so we'll see what the subject matter of that one is going to be. All right, let's talk about what is coming in the next release on Demiplane, and that is Demiplane membership. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about what Demiplane membership is, what you get with Demiplane membership, and I think that many of you are probably going to be able to guess what you're going to get with Demiplane membership. But either way, I'm going to walk through this. If you have questions, you can ask those in chat. Type the word question, then type the question itself, and I will answer as many as I can get to at the end of the stream. So Demiplane membership are special benefits that are above and beyond what you can get with a free account. So you're always going to be able to create a free account on Demiplane There are never going to be restrictions on being able to create an account and use a variety of the free tools that we have. You'll be able to continue to purchase content on any Nexus. Membership is something that goes beyond those things for players and play groups that have needs that the membership itself is going to fill. And so it is going to be, we're going to just start with the price right now. It is going to be $4.99 per month. And so as you can see, this is less than 17 cents per day. I didn't actually do that math myself. Like, I hope the math actually holds up, but less than 17 cents per day, you're going to be able to get a Demiplane membership. So let's talk about what you get with that membership. So the first benefit, and this is a big one, is content sharing. So you are going to be able to share content with friends, with new acquaintances that you meet at the game store that you just struck up a conversation with, whoever you want to share that content with your Demiplane membership. You're going to be able to do this. And I know that some of you might be familiar with how content sharing works on some other platforms out there. I think that we are doing it in a pretty unique and very compelling way. And so I'm going to talk about that in a little bit more detail. This screen might be hard for you to see some of the words. We'll post some images of it on our forums a little bit later. But on the membership benefits, you're going to be able to share up with up to 24 people, regardless of any group that you're in with those individuals. It's going to be on an individual account basis. And so you can see a little bit on the screen here, if you can make it out, that there will be a content sharing option. And again, this isn't live yet, so don't run to the site and try to do anything yet. I'm talking to you about what it's going to be, and in the next week or two, this is going to be part of the next release. But content sharing, you're going to, in your account section, the account menu, you'll be able to see a content sharing section. It's going to pop out this sidebar. You'll be able to see how many of the 24 sharing slots that you have consumed at any given time. If you are in groups with other users, then you're going to be able to quickly and conveniently share with all the people that are in those groups. And so we do have that in the interface here, that if you have a regular play group, or three regular play groups that you always play with, those will appear here. You can share with all of them quickly and easily. But then also down here at the bottom, you can add new people. This is a way that you are going to add their email address. They will be able to go in. If they have an account, they will get that sharing unlocked for them. Even if they don't have a Demiplane account, it's going to put an invite out there for them to go and create a Demiplane account. And as soon as they create that account, they're going to get access to the content. And then, of course, you can remove access to the content to any individual at any given time. So you don't have to remove it to the entire group all at one time. So again, the key here is this is not based on group structure. It's based on individuals that you would like to share with. And if you choose to do so, you can conveniently share it with all the individuals in a group at any given time. So this is a really flexible way to do this. It is a way that is hopefully going to give you the flexibility and the options that you need to share that content. This is a really important part. What are you sharing with anyone who you turn a content share on for? That is going to be anything that you've unlocked. This is not Nexus specific. So this is a really, really important part of this. If you have unlocked content on Pathfinder, if you have unlocked content on Vampire, Marvel, Free League, anything that is going to happen. I had to stop before I started spilling beans about other things that we're going to release, other games that we're going to support. But any of those games, you're going to be able to share any unlocked content when you turn on one of these share slots for that individual. So across the entire platform, content sharing is going to work for all of it. All right, let's talk about the next major benefit of the Demiplane membership, and that is unlimited characters. And so this is, of course, not in place because we don't have character management in place quite yet. We're getting really close, but coming soon, the Demiplane membership is also going to unlock unlimited characters on your account. And so a free account is going to be able to have up to 7 characters. Once you become a member, you will be able to get unlimited characters at that point in time. And I remember in the past life, people love to create characters. One account, had 16,000 characters that they had created, and so that unlimited character portion is a big part of this, and this is going to be available as soon as character management is released. You will unlock those unlimited characters. And so we are going to be releasing this membership before the character management portion is completely in place. And I'm going to explain why we're doing that here at the very end. But as an early adoption bonus, so if you, when we release this in the next week or two, when we release the membership, you can jump in and become a member, and you will immediately unlock content sharing. So any of those other accounts can see all of your unlocked content. So content sharing will be available immediately. The character unlimited characters portion will not go live until character management itself is live. But as an early adoption bonus, you will get between now and 11/1, so November the 1st. So as you subscribe, you will get a total of 3 $5 off coupons that you can redeem on any kind of purchase. And so ultimately, while you wait on the character management piece to be in place, another way to think about it is the membership is paying for itself if you're going to be buying content, and so this is another benefit for early adopters that we're going to put in place for the next little while until character management is there. So you can enjoy the key here is you can enjoy the content sharing while character management is wrapping up, and while we get that prepped to get into the alpha that we're going to be doing with that. All right, so let's talk about content sharing and membership, some questions about that. So we've gotten this question. We ask ourselves this internally as well. Why membership now? Why would we not wait until character management is in place? And it's a great question. And honestly, our original plan all along the way has been that we would release the membership and the benefits associated with that when we had character management released, because the unlimited characters portion, of course, is a big part of that. What we saw over the course of early access so far is there's been a tremendous amount of demand for content sharing. So we have heard you, in other words, we've heard you loud and clear that you want to be able to share your content. And so we wanted, we're working on these things in parallel. Um, Getting out membership and content sharing earlier did has not impacted our development timelines or anything in any way. It was all going to be the membership and content sharing was going to get completed early, and we were just basically going to put it on the shelf until we got everything ready with character management. But like with so many things that we're doing in early access, it's even just the early access approach that we're using across all of Demiplane is, why not hold on to the digital reader or the game compendium for these games? Why release those into early access while you're working on the character management portion of this? And the answer keeps coming back that as we have started reading these books in the digital reader, as we have been using the game compendium in our own tables, as the team has been playing these games, it is already a useful, valuable thing. And it helps out while we're playing. And so this is one of the reasons we're able to really get a win-win situation here where we can get out something that is valuable, that is great for use in your games right now. And also it allows us to get feedback and testing and all of those things. So that has been our early access approach the entire time here. And so, even though our original plan was, hey, we're going to hold on to content sharing and memberships until we get characters out, it kept coming back. Wait a minute, we're kind of going against what we have talked about with if something is valuable, even in an early state, we should make it available for people to use. And again, especially with all the demand that we've been seeing out there for content sharing, this was something that was really big, and we decided to go ahead and get this out earlier. Will membership cost increase when the character builder and digital sheet are released? No. So, as I talked about on the previous screen, we're even giving early adopters a nice little bonus for that. Definitely no price increase when we release characters. And again, in the meantime, you can still enjoy content sharing. Can I share content I've unlocked from any game, Nexus? That's right. All the games, all the content, all the play, all the everything. You might be starting to see, and again, we've got several games that we haven't announced yet. So you might start to see that at Demiplane, we are becoming that place that, all my stuff's here anyway. So it's like all of these great games, all of that wonderful content for so many of these great games that we're playing out there. They're going to be here, and you're going to be able to access it all in this one place. You'll be able to share that with anyone you choose across the entire platform. So I do love it when a plan comes together, and this has been the plan all along. And this is really going to get amped up several more notches as we start having a character builder and digital sheet for Pathfinder first, and then all of these other games to follow as well. All right, that's content sharing and membership in a nutshell. No, this is me in a nutshell. So let's get to questions now. If you got questions, you can ask those with the word question in chat and then follow that with the question itself. Anchor 89, let's see. Oh, I got to click the button here to get it to show up for you out there. Anchor 89, does redacted equal Marvel? No, it does not, actually. We would have no restrictions on talking about Marvel because Marvel, the playtest rulebook, is live on our site. Now, if you're talking about, the full game release for Marvel, that redacted is definitely not referring to that either. It is referring to things that I can't talk about, but I'm very excited about. Neurolancer, how will content sharing look for the Pathfinder Nexus given that rules are free? Will there even be sharing while my players get to read the books? Yes, the players will get to read the books. So just like if you went to view a source in the sources menu and you click into the advanced player's guide, and you'll be able to read everything in that digital reader. Once you share content with someone, they will be able to land on that same page. They'll be able to browse that library. They can go in and read everything in the digital reader there. Absolutely. And then a really, really key portion is that as character management is released, and again, on the Pathfinder side, it does work differently than some of the other games out there because the game mechanics are freely accessible in the game compendium. But we are following, the official partner approach that Paizo has laid out for, content in character management tools. That is something that isn't considered game mechanics and freely accessible. And so you will be able to, once you share that content, they will be able to access the player options and anything else that would be available in the builder with that content share. And so, again, if you're playing in a pretty standard scenario that you're playing with your group out there, you own all the books, you can share content with your players. They don't have to make a purchase, they don't have to become a member or any of those things. They will be able to still use all of that throughout the platform in all of the places. Let's see. Recame Adophilis. So the subject of international payment processing was talked about coming online late Q1, then in Q2 of this year. Is that in place or pushed off for the year? We're definitely able to we are able to, so if we had mentioned that Q1 or Q2, the intent behind that would be for any kind of Nexus content purchase. International payments are definitely in place. If you're talking about for at group portals and paid games that you might be running or tipping there, that is something that is not yet in place, but it is something that is on the roadmap. But if you are making a content purchase for a Nexus, international payments have been in place for some time. They were a little delayed when we first went live with Pathfinder, but I think within a month or 6 weeks or so, they were live there. Death 25. I don't know if this was covered. Is it monthly or yearly price or multiple payment options? Very good question. So as we release, everything is going to be monthly at $4.99. So monthly at $4.99 USD, and that will be it. We will certainly review payment options for longer term than that as we go along the road here. But initially monthly at $4.99. Neurolancer, will you be open to doing an alpha / pre-cooked version of character management that is open to people who subscribe? Funny you should say that. So we're going to share more information on that in the next several weeks. But if you have purchased content or you are a member, there is a very good that definitely helps us identify people who are interested in the platform and allows us to contact those individuals if and when an alpha might be in place. And so yeah, that is definitely will get a peek under the hood a little bit earlier if you've made purchases or if you are a Demiplane member. But we'll talk more about the full details of that in a future dev update. All right, so far this is the last question. So if you have another one while I'm answering this, you can get that in real quick. Otherwise, I am going to get back to work. There are mountains of it. All right, so Charlie Lems, are there any plans for the One Ring, or is that something that one cannot talk about yet? I like that. I'm trying to get games to you, Bilbo, not to rob you. We do not have any news on the One Ring at this point in time. What I can say is that I am taking a Rick Astley approach to that one and never going to give it up. And so we'll see what happens. But as you can imagine, when you've got that many different parties involved, it's sometimes tough to get all of the T's crossed and the I's dotted. But we're definitely going to be continue trying on that. But so far, no news to share. All right. Any other questions? Doesn't look like anything. If anybody is typing, oh, here we go. We got one more that dropped in. I knew that somebody might be typing out there. All right, Death 25 said, does membership drop later today? No, it does not drop later today. I wanted to be able to share some of the details around how it was going to work ahead of the release, where hopefully we can use the next several days to possibly answer questions, where you can start prepping if you're going to become a member, all of those things. So we wanted to get that out ahead bit ahead, but it is the next release. And we do expect that within the next couple of weeks, certainly. So we will share more on all of the places, Discord, social media, everywhere else once that's available. And I will naturally talk about it again here at the Dev Update, whenever it has dropped. But keep your eyes peeled for all those places when that becomes available. But it won't be today. Be very, very soon. All right. I think that is all the time we have. Thank you all very much for joining me today. I always appreciate it. I don't know who you are and I can't see you out there, but I do actually go back and read chat. So if questions come through there that have been missed, I appreciate all the engagement and the participation, and I am really, really excited about everything that lies ahead. This is I started to say the calm before the storm, but it hasn't been that calm behind the scenes here at Demiplane. So I don't know if that's a reasonable thing to say, but we're very excited to be getting to a point where these things are going to be unveiled and released and available to you, the fans out there. So really, really excited about it. And we got one more question that popped in. I'll go on and take this one. How about a Dune Nexus? That sounds like a great idea, and I would love to see that happen, but no news to share yet. So, all right, thanks everyone. See you next time. Later, Gators.